In today's video, as every single day, a full analysis on euro dollar, all the major dollar pairs, and of course gold. Hey guys, my name is Fabio and welcome to today's market outlook. So EURUSD has been, let's say, moving a little bit slow on yesterday being, of course, Monday. As we can see, we've just been chopping a little bit in towards the downside. Now, just to give you guys my immediate bias here on the daily time frame, the daily is extremely crystal clear. What we can see on the daily is that we had a bearish change of character over here after breaking this low. We formed an area of supply which broke that low. We retraced after breaking structure in towards that supply zone, and from there we've sold off with two extremely strong daily bearish candles. Now currently I'm waiting for this area of daily demand to get hit on euro dollar before looking for any longs. As simple as that. Now diving in towards the 4-hour time frame, because you guys now know, let's say, what the daily bias is, but what is now the 4-hour bias. So going into the 4-hour, we can again very clearly see we get a swing impulse down. This is your swing high over here. So let's just give it a clear line over here. So this is your swing high and this is your swing low. So we can very clearly see that this swing high has caused this lower low by breaking structure over here. We got that descending price action, pull back in towards the highs, push up in towards that daily supply and 4-hour supply, grabbing liquidity and then reversing in towards the downside. So it is clear euro dollar at the moment is still giving us bearish momentum vibes. So I am still interested in shorts. However, what we need to take into account is that on the 4-hour time frame, especially change of character, structure wise, this was our most recent change of character. All right, this one over here, meaning that this is now your area of supply. As long as the high over here holds, I am still interested in looking for a short on EURUSD. Furthermore, we have liquidity built up underneath this low. When you see a low move away from a very clear swing low where you saw a strong reversal from, there is very likely going to be liquidity underneath that low. So we're just building up liquidity over here underneath the low. So yeah, I'm definitely still going to be interested in a potential short. However, what is the best value short? The best value short here on EURUSD is from this area of supply. It is not from here, it is from here. So let's say you do want to short, it would be best to short from there in towards the downside. However, of course, if the bearish momentum is strong enough, we will just continue pushing down lower. Now, understanding if the bearish momentum is there, you need to look at the 15-minute time frame. Now, looking here at the 15-minute time frame, what you want to do is you want to look at what the 15-minute swing structure is doing. So if we look at 15-minute swing structure, what will become very, very clear is that here we had a break of structure into the downside. So I classify this as my 15 minutes BOS. So this is their 15-minute BOS. Then after that, I would say this is a 15-minute BOS over here. So let's just zoom out. Was it already there? Yeah, it was. So that's a 15-minute BOS, and then we have a 15-minute BOS over here. So you could classify that as a 15-minute BOS, but at the same time, this could also just be one impulse down. I would actually not classify that as a BOS. Sorry, let me just make sure that is clear. So at the moment, what I would say is that we have a swing high on the 15 over here, and this is your swing low. You could classify this as a BOS and be a little bit more aggressive, and then just maybe play a long even in towards the upside. Play this potential pullback, because this is of course an internal BOS at minimum. So what you could do is that you could actually just, let's say, clean this up, and then what we could say is, okay, we get a break, we get a break, we get a break again over here, and then over here, and now we've got a break on this high, and now again we're breaking this high. So this is kind of like a double internal break, and now if the demand zone or this demand flow is respected, we could just continue up higher and trade it in towards that 4-hour area of supply, and then from there look for a short. So that's the highest probability play. I'm not really interested in any shorts at the moment. Only until we start breaking this low over here will I be interested in a short. For the rest, I'll just be waiting for that 4-hour area of supply to get hit in order to trade high probability shorts. Okay, so that is my game plan on EURUSD. So moving into the dollar index, the dollar index itself is still bullish in the sense that it's playing a pullback, right? Go into the daily, because the 4-hour is a little bit messy. Go into the daily, and what you'll see is, again, strong candle closes. Why are we currently stalling? It's because we're stuck inside this imbalance over here. Once we break the high of the imbalance, then I think we'll see a lot more momentum and we will kick in towards that upper area of supply. So for now, fractal structure is bullish here on the dollar index. This is your low, this is your high. So it still makes sense for the dollar to push up higher. It just needs to give us that bullish flip, okay? So waiting for that from the dollar index. Again, if you also go into the 4-hour time frame, you'll very clearly see, okay, supply is what is holding us back. But we should not forget that the daily fractal structure is bullish, and the daily fractal structure is what we're following at the moment. So waiting for that to push up higher for now. Going on into AUDUSD, a lot of questions about AUDUSD this morning. So AUDUSD is looking pretty good. Overall, if we just focus purely on the daily fractal structure is of course bearish. This is your supply zone. Remember in yesterday's video, we tapped in towards that supply zone and we moved down lower. So we just actually missed out on this daily area of demand. Still waiting for one more push down actually on Aussie dollar. The only thing I don't like, again, there is no momentum yet inside Aussie dollar, as we can see over here. Just kind of like this corrective price action. And then what you'll see is that if you go into the 1-hour time frame, you'll see this, and this is what I absolutely despise if you're looking for shorts. We see a very clear reversal pattern over here. So not a big fan of taking shorts at the moment here on Aussie dollar. Very corrective pattern after a massive overextended move in towards the downside. So what I'll be looking for is actually to see if we can take a long just a little bit up higher, but for that I'll need to see a double break first. So let's see if we can break this high, close above it, and then wait for another break in towards the upside and maybe take a long up higher once again. So that's what I'll be looking for on Aussie dollar. Looking just here at the 4-hour, obviously we took out this area of supply, but just looking at it from a mechanical perspective, we had fractal structure here. So we had the fractal low break, then another fractal low break. This is your fractal high over here. Let's see, did we break that fractal high? Did we? Let's zoom in again. Yeah, we did. So this means a fractal high break. Obviously, it doesn't mean, okay, now the market is just ready to start pushing up higher. It all depends pretty much on this 4-hour candle close. If the 4-hour candle close is bullish above the black line, then I'll be more interested in longs. Otherwise, it could just be a liquidity sweep and we could just push down lower again. But just keep in mind, there are some confluences for longs, but I'll be waiting to see if the 4-hour can close bullish. If it does, then I'll be interested in a long position. Okay, guys? So that's Aussie dollar. Going onwards into pound dollar. So what has pound dollar been doing? So pound dollar is actually making a pullback. Going into the daily first, the daily is still fractal bearish, guys. So it does still make sense, again, for GBPUSD to push down lower. This is now, let's say, your supply flow. So we're just making a pullback in towards that daily area of supply and looking for a short somewhere inside it, as long as this daily high is respected. So that's what I'm planning on doing with GBPUSD at the moment. Fractal structure is a little bit ugly here on the 4-hour time frame because we had a fractal low break over here, meaning that this is now your fractal high. If we break that, it would mean like we could see some further upside. At the same time, wouldn't be that strange. We still have some supply inside here as well. So I'll just be looking for shorts from better priced levels in towards the downside. Okay, so yeah, looking for that on GBPUSD. Not necessarily looking for shorts just now. Not very well priced in my opinion. Going further into NZDUSD, what is going on there? So NZDUSD here on the daily time frame. Let's just start with the daily. So the daily broke this area of demand over here. Obviously not with a candle close, but it did with a wick. So it seems for now that this was just the liquidity grab underneath that daily low over here. So this is like your liquidity grab fueling a potential move up higher again. Now looking at the 4-hour time frame, the 4 hours actually still looking good for a potential short. We have supply over here inside of this supply zone. So what I'll be doing is I'll be monitoring how we come into there and what will happen. So we did actually already, let's say, liquidate the initial move because there's no liquidity in the move down. So what happens, the initial reaction is very likely to get liquidated. That is now what's happening. Now, if the bearish momentum comes back, then we can look for a nice short into the downside, in my opinion. So yeah, for now it's still some upside, but yeah, shorts if the bearish momentum does return. Going in towards gold, what is happening over there? So gold is ranging, guys, and if you watch back yesterday's thumbnail, you'll very clearly see I just drew in these two because it just indicates once again that if you are trading within a range, just simply buy at the 75% mark. You'll see you can make money every single time, just targeting that 75% mark again, putting your stop loss underneath the range. So here, an easy 1 to 2, again an easy 1 to 2, again an easy 1 to 2, and then we're en route to yeah, let's say get that 1 to 2. So still looking just at yeah, trading it further back up. Nothing really on shorts just yet, not really on longs just yet. I mean, I'm more looking at longs than shorts at the moment, just because we have to trade back in towards that premium of the overall range. That's what I'm looking at. For the rest, gold is just not that interesting. Main eyes for me are on EURUSD. I'm going to be looking for a potential short if we do pull back in towards that 4-hour area of supply, and I am going to be monitoring what the 15-minute time frame is doing as well. So yeah, guys, keep you guys posted, and yeah, speak later. Thanks.